What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Hope everybody's day is going well. I'm Arm & Hammer. You already know what it is. Back at it again with another Sparking Zero video. So before we get into this, I just want to point out the fact that I still enjoy Sparking Zero for what it is, right? Even though it's not the game that a lot of us hoped that it was going to be. In terms of visuals and combat, it's hard to come across like a 3D arena fighter these days that looks good and plays good. On top of that is Dragon Ball, you know what I mean? So on that front, I still enjoy playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It's by far my favorite fighting game to play right now. Like, that's just what it is. It's not another fighting game out right now that piques my interest, you know what I mean? So until that day comes, I'm gonna probably just be playing Sparking. I'm not gonna lie, but I can't help the fact that I was wrong about this game. So you guys remember a while back when I made a video talking about the truth about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? In that video, I said at least we got a finished product. Yeah, bruh. I'll take that one, bruh. I'll take that one. I'm not gonna lie, because at this point, I think it's undeniable to say that this game was 100% rushed to come out ahead of the time that it was supposed to come out. You know what I mean? And of course, it was to meet up with the release date of Dragon Ball Daima, right? And seeing as something like that would be more of a company decision, and when I say company, I mean publisher, so Bandai Namco. So seeing something like that would be up to them, it doesn't really surprise me in the least. Like, Bandai themselves, we know they aren't really new to Russian developers, bruh. Like, let's be for real. But anyways, as I was saying, there's too many factors against it to say that the game wasn't rushed. You know what I mean? For example, the story mode, right? Goku in this game has a full story in the episode battle, right? Because he's Goku, he's the main character. If anybody in this game was going to get a full episode battle covering every part of his story, it'd be Goku, right? But then you got characters like Vegeta, who is also a main character. His story mode stops at the end of Z, which is the Buu arc. He doesn't get a Battle of Gods arc. He doesn't get a Resurrection F arc. It's like his whole presence in Dragon Ball Super wasn't even acknowledged, right? Same with Piccolo. His story stops after the Cell arc, right? Gohan kinda got a full story, but not really. They started at the Cell arc, but most of us know he's been boxing since way before that, right? Like, he fought Raditz, he fought Nappa, he fought the Ginyu Force. Like, come on, bruh. Even stuff like maps, you know what I mean? Like, the Kami House is already in the game. They just didn't make the map playable for some reason. Tournament of Destroyers map, I thought that map was for sure gonna be in this game. They just didn't add this map, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, the sad part about it is there's no way that they just didn't know to add this stuff, right? Because Spike Chunsoft, they made this game already. They made this game already 20 years ago, right? So they aren't exactly new to digging into the source material, because let's be for real, they added Super Gogeta from Fusion Reborn, they added Fat Janemba, they added the Super Dragon Twin Fist move that Goku did on Janemba. That's dedication right there. But for some reason, they didn't add the Hell map, right? They add fucking DBS Broly, they add Android 13, they add Dr. Wheelo, but for some reason, they didn't add some sort of ice map, like some sort of glacier map. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about? So this shit is not adding up, right? And it's like, seeing as how they've done this before, like, they've added all of this content into their previous games, there's just no way that they didn't know to add this stuff, right? And it's not even just maps that are already in. There's tons of assets that are already in the game. They just weren't used. Like, for example, Gohan's 4-star Dragon Ball outfit when Raditz kidnapped him from Goku. That's already in the story mode, bro. It's already in the game. But you click on Kid Gohan, you can't use that outfit. Like, what's up with that, man? But like I said before, there's no way that they just didn't know. But at the same time, I don't really think it's a matter of, oh, well, the developers just didn't give a shit, right? Because at the very least, we know that they've developed this game for 6 years. Like, that's well before even Jump Force. Like, 6 years, I don't think y'all understand how much time that is. Like, that takes a lot of hard effort and work. Like, you don't just do that and then at the last minute, all right, we'll drop a half-eaten sandwich of a game and charge $100 for it. Like, come on, bruh. So at that point, the only option that would be left is the fact that they just didn't have a choice, right? And that's where the decisions from the people above them come in, right? The publisher, Bandai Namco, you know, they decide what goes. They decide when, where, and what. Spike Chunsoft are just the niggas making the game, right? So what I think happened is that, you know, Spike Chunsoft actually had a plan laid out for how they wanted to make the game. Like, I think they actually wanted to cook. I think they actually wanted to make the ultimate Dragon Ball game, but niggas at Bandai came out of nowhere and said, nah, bruh, y'all can get fucked. Release it on October when Daima comes out. You know what I'm saying? And that's business, right? So at that point, the devs just had to work from there. And here we are, bro. We ended up getting Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And on top of all that, we know that the team most likely got split up after launch, because we got to remember, Spike Chunsoft develops other games, right? They're not just Dragon Ball. They're a Bandai Namco games development team, right? If they were just Dragon Ball, then life would be a lot easier for us because we'd be getting content left and right. But like I said before, you know, the team was probably split up after launch. I'd say a big chunk of them, probably half, already left to work on the next big project, and the remainder of the team was left to, you know, provide support for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, this actually wouldn't be that bad, right? But then now we got the Switch ports, right? Which we didn't even know was happening. Let's be for real. And it's not just a little new gen upgrade where, you know, they do a little upscale, make the textures look a little better, you know what I'm saying, uncap the frame rate and just slap a fucking PS6 fucking logo on it or some shit. Nah, they're completely restructuring the core of the game to make it run on downgraded hardware, right? And that don't just take 2-3 people, bro. So I would imagine that a good chunk of that team was taken off to handle that, right? And on the Switch 2, I could understand, right? You know, the Switch 2 just dropped. It's Nintendo's newest console. I can see why Bandai would want Sparking Zero on the Switch 2, but there's no way in hell, there's absolutely no way that you can convince me that they intended to run this game on the Switch 1. There's no way, bro. I don't believe that. That had to have been a Bandai decision. You know what I'm saying? Either it was Bandai or it was Nintendo, because Nintendo was like, all right, y'all want to put y'all shit on our Switch 2? You gonna put it on the Switch 1. How about that? Oh, well, I don't know if we can do that, boss. Bandai's like, no. They'll do it. Yeah, y'all gonna do it, bro. Y'all gonna do it. It's no problems, Nintendo. We'll just have the cash ready for us when we get done. You know what I'm saying? So Spike had to just go on, get fucked, and go work on that little Switch 1 port, bruh. Like, it's kind of crazy, bruh. I'd imagine that the devs just got fucked over so many times working on this, they probably don't even want to touch this game no more, bruh. I don't even blame them, but it's like, we paid $100 and we gonna get what we paid for. Yeah, let me chill out. But at the very least, that would explain why DLC 2 was so lackluster. Like, I'm pretty sure they intended to release way more content, way more characters with this DLC we've been getting, but because of how shit's been going down over there, you know what I mean, that hasn't exactly been the case, right? So don't be surprised if DLC 3 ends up being a pack of shit. Like, at the very least, I hope it's not like Xenoverse, bruh, where we just get Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Like, they at least gotta throw Goku Mini Super Saiyan 4 and throw Goma in there, bro. Like, come on, bruh. Like, and I checked the season pass. Like, the season pass say 20 plus characters. They knew what they was doing with this, right? Because I added all the characters we got so far, plus Shallot. We at 20 right now, bruh. So where the plus gonna come from? I'm telling y'all, bruh, it's gonna be some bullshit. I hope the Tamagamis don't get hoed, bruh. They probably gonna get hoed, bruh. I just hope they coming out with some heat for this last DLC, bruh. Cause like I said before, like I've been saying, this is probably the last DLC we're gonna get for this game, bruh. So hopefully, you know, regardless of how many times, you know, Bandai just said, fuck y'all niggas, Y'all gonna do what we say. Hopefully they still got it in them to drop some heat for us, bruh. And the sad part about it is, like, because of how poorly this game was handled, you got niggas starting to say that, well, Tenkaichi shouldn't have ever came back. We should have just left the series dead. The series is broken. It shouldn't have never came back. We didn't need another game. It should have just been Xenoverse 3. And that's not the case at all, bro. The thing is, if they had handled this game the way that it was supposed to be done, how the devs wanted it to be done, we wouldn't be in this mess. We'd probably be looking forward to the next the next pack of DLC content by now, bro. Probably new maps, new characters, etc., etc. And that's not even the worst of it, because you got the first half, which is without a doubt the community. You got one side, which are the cheesers, right? They're always looking for the next big exploit to break the game, fucking spamming the infinite leg sweeps. You don't know how to put down the broken characters. Like, look at how MUI was when he first came out. MUI, Beerus, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now it's Whis, but you know, it's not just, we'll use the character for a couple of sets and put him down. Nah, bruh. You gotta spam all the broken shit. You gotta spam auto dodge. You gotta spam the unblockable ultimates. And it's like, okay, at least I got him figured out so I can run it back. Nope. Fuck you, nigga. Rematch declined, bitch. And then you got the other side, which are the sweats. When you run into them, most likely in Ultimate Gohan, you're not even gonna get to play the game. You're gonna be fighting for your life. They gonna beat the absolute snot out of your ass. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you run into them, they just close out. And when you ask them why, well, I don't fight S ranks. What? Why? It'll mess up my points. Like, nigga, nobody gives a fuck about your points, nigga. It's a fucking game, bro. Like, come on, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about your little 40K, bruh. It's a Dragon Ball video game, bruh. What are we talking about, dog? Niggas ain't gonna run it back because of some points. Like, come on, bruh. And then you got the other side, which is obviously everything I was describing before this, with the whole situation with how the devs aren't able to properly take care of the game. So overall, it's just basically a big clusterfuck that's going to lead to the inevitable demise of this game, bruh. And I keep saying it, bruh. I do not want this game to have the same fate as Jump Force, bro. But as of right now, that looks like that's where it's going, bruh. And I don't even know if we're gonna get another sequel, bruh, because the devs planned for a sequel. That's what they said. But they also plan to do a whole bunch of other shit with this first game, and that shit didn't even get to pan through. So guess what? We might not even get a sequel, bro. This might be the last time that we see anything of a high quality Dragon Ball video game. It's gonna be just like Sonic Unleashed, where it'll come out, it'll look high quality as fuck, and then everybody flushes it down the toilet, and we don't get some high quality shit for another fucking 17 years, bro. I don't want this game to end up like that, but that's looking like that's where it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, that's pretty much it. I hope y'all enjoyed. I really just wanted to talk, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gone. I just took a much needed break, but we back with the content. I just hope they can get their shit together. Not the devs, really just Bandai, bruh, because Sparking's getting cooked because of it. Anyways, y'all, that's the video. Let me know you guys' thoughts about, you know, the future fate of SparkingZero down in the comment section. It's not looking good, bruh. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good. I mean, I'm looking at DLC Pack 3, but like I said before, don't be surprised if that ends up being a pile of ass, bruh. You know what I mean? But anyways, y'all, that's it from me. I'm Arm & Hammer. You already know what it is. Love y'all boys. Stay safe. Peace out. I'm gonna see you on the next one.